Here we have a circle with its center at the point O. AB is a diameter. From an external point P, we have a tangent PA and a secant PB which intersects the circle at a point C. Now tell me, what is the difference between a tangent and a secant? If you have a circle, then a tangent has only one point of contact with the circle. This is going to be your tangent. There will only be one point of contact. But then if you take a secant, it intersects in two distinct points. And before we start answering our question, just a word of caution. If your illustration looks something like this, PA and PB, it will seem that both of these lines have only one point of contact with the circle. So you will think that both of them are tangents, but that is not the case. What you have to do is try extending them. Even after extending, if the point of contact is just one, you have only one point of contact, only then you can be sure that your PA is a tangent. As you can see, the other one is a secant. What we need to find is the radius of this circle. Let the radius be r units. Then here you have an r unit and here you have an r unit, and AB is equal to 2r units. What else is given? PBA is 45 degrees, and we said that PA is a tangent. At the point of contact, the radius and the tangent are perpendicular to one another, so you have a 90 degrees here. And what sort of a triangle is this PAB? It is a right triangle. You have a 90 degrees here, you have a 45 degrees here. Then what is the third angle? The sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. That means here also you have a 45 degrees. Now in a triangle, two equal angles means what? Two equal sides. The side opposite to P, which is BA, and the side opposite to B, which is PA, will also be equal. But then AB is what? It is 2R, which means PA is also 2R. Now what about PB? It is the side opposite to the right angle, or in other words, the hypotenuse. And how will we find that? Using the Pythagoras theorem. It will be 4 square plus 4 square. It will be the square root of this. So this is the value that we are looking at. Our PB is going to be 2 root 2R. So we found out that PB is 2 root 2R. The midpoint of CB is at a point E. Then what do you know about the line joining OE? If you have a chord, say CB, and a midpoint, and its midpoint E, then the line from the center will also be perpendicular to it, and this result works both ways. If the line from the center is perpendicular, then it will bisect the chord. If it already bisects the chord, if it is the midpoint, then it will be perpendicular. The result works both ways. Now we know that E is the midpoint, which means what? Here you have a right angle. Then what sort of a triangle is this EOB? It is a right triangle. Here you have a 90 degrees. Here you have a 45 degrees, which means what? The third angle is also going to be 45 degrees because the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Then what sort of a triangle is it? It is a triangle with the angles 45, 45 and 90. It is a special triangle. What is special about it? If the angles look like this, then the opposite sides will be in the ratio 1:1 root 2. Remember, this is the ratio, not the values. What we mean is that for some x, If a side opposite to 45 is x, the side opposite to the other 45 will also be x, and the side opposite to 90, which is the hypotenuse, the side opposite to the 90 degrees is going to be square root of 2 into x. Now, do we know any values here? We know that OB is R. That means the side opposite to the 90 degrees is R. Or in other words, root 2x is equal to R, which means x is equal to R root 2, which means what? The side opposite to a 45 degrees is R by root 2. Here also you have an R by root 2. Or in other words, opposite to 45 means what? Opposite to 145, this area here is an R by root 2. But then E is what? It is the midpoint of CB. It cuts it into two equal parts, which means what? Here also you have a R by root 2. What about PC? It is given as root 2 centimeters. It is given in the question. Now, what is PB? The whole of PB, we found that it is 2 root 2 R. And what about PC? It is given. It is root 2. What about CE and EB? Add both of them. You will get 2 times R by 2 root 2, which means root 2 R. So your answer is this. R is just 1 units, 1 centimeters. Root 2 R. So your answer is this. R is just 1 units, 1 centimeters. So the answer that we were looking for? So the answer that we were looking for, this circle is of the radius 1 centimeter. So that is all for today. Assalamu alaikum.